good evening, or morning, or afternoon. Welcome, wherever and whenever you're watching. My name's Jenny McCormac. Good evening to you. It's the 5th of September, 7 p.m. in the evening here in the UK. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I run card making classes. I run coffee and card sessions to make cards. I have a lovely team of people around the UK, including Scotland, that are doing the same thing, or they are hobby demos that are buying for themselves at a discount. I also sell the products themselves, and we have two current catalogues. We have this one which has just been released literally yesterday. This is our September to December catalogue, and as you would expect, that features mostly, but not exclusively, Christmas designs. And then we have an annual catalogue as well that features designs that go right the way through the year. Hi Carol, thanks for joining us. So I did promise my attendees at Coffee and Card that we would start Christmas cards in September, and here we are. So each week I choose a different stamp set, and I thought that we haven't actually done much colouring recently excuse me, with our alcohol markers. So I thought I would use this stamp set called Christmas Friends, which is perfect for colouring. As you can see, it's got 8 stamps all together. It's got 4 animal and bird images. So we have this owl, we have a cute little mouse singing carols with a little bell on its tail. We have a moose with skates on, and we have a bear, which could be a polar bear or a brown bear, with a wreath over its head and around its neck. And then we have this small tree here, and then we have 3 sentiments, one much more for the American market, happy holidays. We don't tend to use that as an expression here. Hi Caroline. And then we have owl, be thinking of you this season, and then have a berry merry Christmas. Now I know certain people who like bears, so they will be pleased with this. People who like owls, and I'll have people who like mice, and the moose I think is just great fun, wearing a scarf. So it's called Christmas Friends. It's a red rubber stamp set, and I've already added the stickers on the reverse. It does have dies that go with it. I haven't as yet purchased the dies, but as well as doing cutting out these elements, there's also a large circle which is 3 1/4 inches, and some little bows and pieces that make presents, and a couple of small wreaths and a little speech bubble. So let's get cracking. This is going to be a straightforward, easy card design. I'm just going to stamp onto one of these, maybe 2, and use some backing papers, and I haven't actually decided which ones I'm going to use. I do have the ones from the Take a Bow or Take a Bow pack, so they would be quite good fun because there's lots of matching designs, or I might use some from the carryover Christmas set. So I'm going to decide on those once I've stamped my images. So let me know which image you would like as a preference. So I've got a couple of tags here, I've got a circle, I've got a rectangle with rounded edges. So let me see. Any preference? If not, I could do one of each and then just colour a couple in. Obviously I will be limited by the size of excuse me, my tag. I've still got this very annoying tickly cough. I do have a drink to hand, but maybe what I should have had was a cough sweet first. I do apologise. Okay, let's take the moose first, and I'm going to stamp him in early espresso. Do let me know if you have a favourite of these characters. I think what I'll do is I'll stamp one of each and then we can decide, because we're just going to do some straightforward colouring. And if you look at the samples on here, you don't actually need to do a huge amount of colouring, especially if you leave one as the polar bear. Then you don't even need to colour the bear in at all. Let's grab another block. So here is the bear, and let's see if he'll fit on there, because I know the others will fit on those too. So this is early espresso, but you could stamp the bear in grey. You could also stamp him or her, and she's got a bow on her wreath. You could stamp in Night of Navy, for example. Actually, I'm not very happy with that because I've missed a little bit of her nose. As you can see, I've got a little hole there. I haven't stamped these yet, so that's better. Just going to turn this one over and stamp on the back. Make sure it's well inked but not over inked. And I did have it a little bit too far to the left, so just going to bring it slightly to the right. There we go. So we've got the moose, the bear. Let's add the owl. Now we'll be doing some stepped up versions of these on Monday, so watch out for those. And for all of these, I'm just placing the image towards the bottom. This might be a little big for our little mouse. I could put this little tree thing next to it. And obviously you can mix and match this with any other sets you already have, either in terms of sentiments or trees or anything else like that. So I'm going to pop the mouse here and then just stamp that tree just next to him or her. There's no indication on here. Just in a green. Let me see. I've got old olive. Okay, that will do. I think what I'm going to do is do that and then another one just here. And one in front. Oh, that's a bit busy now. Okay. Right. So we can stamp a suitable sentiment. So I'll be thinking of you this season. Will fit. Just going to fit. I'm going to try it on the back. Let's see. Could be a little bit close, size-wise. It does sort of fit. If it doesn't work and doesn't look right, I'll stamp it on a strip and just adhere the strip on top. So it's fairly central to that. There we go. I'll be thinking of you this season. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. Let's see what other sentiments we could have. So have a very Merry Christmas needs to go with this one, of course. on here. There we go. Right, so that's my stamping. I'm going to use probably those two then. I might colour in the moose. I'm going to redo the mouse because I'm not happy with the trees for the minute. So I'm just going to use our blends pens. I think my bear is going to be a polar bear. So I'm going to leave it white, but I'm going to add maybe a little bit of, I could use grey actually. I was thinking of a blue. Got light grey granite. So grey granite is like a browny grey, for want of a better description. Okay, like so, like that. A little bit around here, and I might just give him or her. Let me know if you think it's a male or female. I think probably with the bow it should be a female bear, shouldn't it really? Okay, so a little bit of pink in the ears. Normally I would use something like light petal pink. Let's see what I've got to hand. Light petal pink, just on the inside of those ears there. That one there. Okay, and then I'm just going to do the wreath. Let me lift that up so you can see it. Cute. So with green, and then maybe just some little red baubles on there. So I've got Dark Poppy Parade, and I've got Old Olive or Granny Apple Green. I've got light Mossy Meadow, a bit of everything here. So let me take my glasses off, and just going to go around the wreath. So you could do some blending here if you need to, but to be fair, it's quite a small area. So there we go. That. Make sure I'm doing. Difficult to tell. I think that bit is part of the wreath. I could have a nice red bow on there, couldn't I? This would be a great set for children to have to colour in for Christmas, wouldn't it, I think? So here we've got Dark Poppy Parade. Good to do for the little ornaments that are on the Christmas wreath, and let's have that for the bow. And let's just find a light, looking for Light Poppy Parade, which I've got a feeling may be in the rubbish bin. Oh no, might be lucky. Light Poppy Parade. The my lovely new puppy has taken a shine to all of my Stampin' Up pens, and I hadn't realised that there were a couple left within reach, so he helped himself. There we go, and there. There's that. And then I'm just going to ground that young bear with just some shading, so starting at one side and then going across slightly lighter. So there is that one. Cute. And I think if you have a wink of Stella, just for a little bit of interest, let's see, this one's got anything in it, sort of, you could add a little bit of shimmer. Just try not to pick up too much of the ink because it will collect the ink on the way, because it's water-based ink. So just adding that so it's not completely white and it's nice and sparkly. I don't know how much of that you can see in the light. Maybe not very much. Okay, and on the legs. Okay. Right, so there's my cute polar bear. I think, well, I've got some cherry cobbler ribbon, so I might put that through it, depending on what colour base card I use, background. And then we've got the moose and the owl, so any suggestions as which you would like? Hi Kate, I thought you would be here. Kate is a lover of bears of all kinds. So there's my cute little bear. So this is a polar bear, obviously. I've left it white. I've had a little bit of Wink of Stella on there, so it's got a little bit of colour and shine. So who do we think? The owl or the moose? Any recommendations while I just take a sip of my cold drink? Okay, no takers for any particular one? I'm going to, let's do the moose, just because he's rather fun. I've got light and dark crumb cake, so I'm just going to use the dark over here and the back side of it, and a little bit at the front and around the face. So this has got a cute little scarf and the edges of the ears, and then it's got little ice skates on it, which is very cute. Oh, Carol says the moose. That was lucky. Thanks, Carol. So just bringing in the light crumb cake. It's a fairly big area, so I'm using the larger point of my blends pen, and then where I've got the join of the dark and the light, I'm just going over with a circular motion, and if needs be I'll go over with the finer tip as well to add more detail. So I hope everybody is keeping well. Okay, so just covering that area of the moose's body. Obviously the skates can be whatever colour you want. And I need to probably look up some photos of moose. Having said that, because I've never seen a real moose with a set of skates, I'm pretty sure you could get away with any colour really. Okay, so where I've got the join of the dark and the light, I'm just using my finer tip and using a circular motion to blend it together. And the best thing to do when you're blending is to do a little bit, leave it to let it begin to dry and evaporate, and then go back. If you've still got a bit of line definition, then just go back over it. So, but it's definitely worth just leaving it a minute for it to soak together and blend. Just going to go with the light for this. So cute. Okay, let me just bring that up to the screen for you to see. Oops, sorry. I'm not sure how much of that you can see. Let's see what Kate has said. She's laundering polar bears. Okay. I'm not quite sure what to say about that. There we go. So, adding that. Right, now let me decide what backing that's going to go onto, and then I will choose my colours accordingly. So I'm going to save the owl and the mouse for the minute. So I've got these ones to hand. That's quite fun. Also I've got the trees, or this one on the back, which is quite nice because it's a bit like a sort of ice. Or this one, that looks better, doesn't it, with a darker piece behind. And then maybe I do need to open my new pack. So my paper shares are available to order. The first set have gone out and I'm just preparing the second set. And if you missed the video, then you can catch that on my YouTube channel. So I'm quite fancying the red and white dots with that, pick up that. And then let me just see if there's anything I prefer for the polar bear. Perhaps I will keep it to this pack. So I've got some nice bold stripes on the reverse of that. That's quite fun. I've got the flowers, or the leaves and the berries, which I do really like, but I think it needs more of a solid background. That's quite nice with the green and the stars, and the green with the small dots, and it's got the stripes on the other side. Okay, let me know, stripes, stars or crisscross, while I just put the other card together. Let me know what you think, and then I'll do the colouring accordingly. So this is just going to go onto a base card. which I'm trying to find. Well, that's not it either. I'm sorry, bear with me. Right. Okay, just going to trim this down. Could find a trimmer, that would be good. Okay. I can't see one at all. Right. I'm sorry, I'll just use my guillotine and cut this down. Dear dear. Okay, right. Try and get this straight, doing it on my knee. It's not very clever really. Okay. Right. Hi Fran. Don't apologise for being late. That is absolutely fine. Okay, I'm just going to make this hopefully straight. So nice, quick and easy cards this evening, Fran. So this piece is going to go on there. I'm going to leave a border around it and then add this with a little bit of ribbon, and I might use some white ribbon. I have got the new cherry cobbler ribbon, which is lovely, but it doesn't match my real red here. So let's just cut this to size. So this will be 10 centimeters by 14.35. So let me know which paper you think would work best for our mousse. We've got this one, that one I think, or the one with all the stripes. Let me know. Right, I'm going to mount this onto my base card here. I've got some glue at the ready. So you can use a tag shape. If you've got the tag topper punch, you could cut out and then just punch the tops of your rectangles to create tags. There we go. So I've got have a very Merry Christmas. That's going to go up on dimensionals. And I've got a little bit of iridescent white, which I will use for that. Actually, glittered organza ribbon it's called. There we go. It's got tiny little, almost like polka dots on it, which matches here, but I think you probably won't see much of it. So do that on there. Do a little bow like that. Just tidy it up a little bit. So Kate, your catalogue is on its way. Your mum's probably got hers already, I think. There we go. I'll trim that down. And just going to pop that on there. Pop that up on dimensionals. So any preference for papers for our other one? This is my bear on the back that I didn't stamp very well. So this is called Christmas Friends, if you're wondering. And you could go straight or you could go at a jaunty angle, like so. I've gone jaunty just for a change. So I've got a sparkly polar bear and sparkly ribbon to go with him or her. And I think I like this one here with the two shades of green. I mean, they all work well. I just don't want another one like that, and I think there's too much white on that, so that's the one I'm going to use. Just trim that again and do some quick colouring in. This is a very old guillotine. Stampinup was used many, many years ago. Okay, so let's do a little bit of colouring. So we've got garden green and let's see what colour that is. Granny apple green, garden green and granny apple green. That's nice and easy, isn't it? So here's granny apple green. I've got dark and light. So let me see. So take my glasses off and I'm just going to maybe alternate dark and light. So this is the dark. We don't have a garden green blends pen. I have no idea why, at least I don't think we do. I'm not quite sure why that is. But you could use light mossy meadow. I might use lemon lime twist with this as a bit of contrast. This would be great for somebody who follows a football team because you could colour the moose's scarf in whichever football team colours you wanted. Okay, let's just do those. Like that. And let's just pick a really bright green as a slight contrast. If I can find one. I've got dark lemon lime twist. might do a lemon lolly just to pick out a lighter colour. Of course you could go red, couldn't you? Okay, right, the skates I'm going to leave white. I've got a tiny band there at the top of the skates. And then maybe I've got light grey granite for the skate blades. Just a light touch if you've got something small to fill in. You don't want to press too hard because you'll just add ink and it'll sort of spread out. Okay, there he is. And I just spotted some garden green baker's twine, which will happen to match, so I'm just going to do a double bow with that. So I'm just going to fold that in two and cut it. Thread that through and then just tie a bow, hopefully. Same with that, I'll tie a bow and stick it on the front with dimensionals. Sorry, my big hands are in the way. There we go. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Like so. Twiddle it a little bit. I'm going to trim the excess off here with an apparently blunt pair of scissors. I need to sit and clean them and sharpen them all. Okay, so he's going to go onto there, and then I think for this one I'm going to add a strip of the sentiment, and I just happen to have these here, leftovers from my class in a box, which could either go underneath, it could go at an angle. It's probably a bit big for that, which would be the alternative. So I think I'm going to do that one straight with a straight sentiment. Just need to grab a Christmas sentiment. I've got Greetings of the Season that's got a Happy Christmas, and it's got Merry Christmas, and it's got Happy and Merry in two different styles. So let's just do you like Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas? Do let me know. I'm happy. I like either, because often you say Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'm hoping that's going to fit on there. This is Happy Christmas, yep. And I do like to stamp them separately. You can line them up together. I usually prefer them to do them separately, and then you can space them accordingly, but whatever you prefer to do. And I think I can use espresso or garden green. Mary, says Carol. Sorry, Carol. I just picked up Happy. Right, I don't think I've stamped this one either. Let's have a little practice on here. Yep, that works nicely. Move those out of the way. Okay, there's my Christmas. Where's my stamp set gone? And then I'll stamp a sentiment inside as well. Just try that happy. Yep. A little bit carried away with the ink though. There we are, so we've got our Happy Christmas, nice and bold on there. Let's just tuck that away, and then we've got May your holiday season be filled with warmth and cheerful celebration. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I know it's not for many people, of course, so I'm going for that one. May your holiday season be filled with warmth and happiness. Although I guess holiday season is quite American, isn't it? If you had home, you could say, may your home be filled with warmth. That would be nice. Right, let's pop that in here first. And we're done. So sorry this has taken a bit longer than I originally planned. I'm going to try this out on here because I've again not stamped that one before. It's always worth testing it. Before you stamp. There we go, so there's that one. And then let's do I don't know what to do with the other half of the card I cut. It's obviously been one of those days today, hasn't it? Okay, let's just do another one. Oh, it wasn't a full card, that's why. Right, so I'm just going to cut this in the other direction. So change, so this is 14.85, give or take. Scored a 10.5. Except I haven't got my scoreboard here, so I'm just going to fold it and then use my bone folder. Oops. To crease it like so. Right, let's put this one together. No, I need my ink in a minute. Okay. That's it. This doesn't have a right or wrong way, which is always nice. This is a nice all over design, and in fact for these cards all of the papers in this set are all over designs. Makes it great for beginner crafters because when you're cutting it you don't need to worry which way it goes. And dimensionals for the tag. Oh, there was a rabbit on the back of that tag. Must have been Easter, that one. There we go. So it's our little moose with his ice skates. And I might do a little bit of grounding on that as well, maybe a little line of blue to make it look like the moose is skating on the ice. And obviously you can combine these on a bigger card. You could put more than 2 characters together. You could have the whole scene with them all. That's not very straight, is it? That's better. Okay, Happy Christmas across the bottom. And I'm using 3 dimensionals just to support it right the way through. And you could put a piece of gold behind, you could put another piece of pattern paper or plain card if you wanted to. There it is. Happy Christmas. Have a very Merry Christmas. And then let's just add something on the inside of that. Hi Trudy. Trudy says she missed the very beginning, used to make the tags. Oh, so I got them from my little box of die cuts. I will check and let you know where they come from. But I had other ones, so I had this one here and a circle one. So if you have something like that, you could just punch a hole. If you've got a standard hole punch, you could just pop a hole in it to create the tag shape, or use our tag topper punch. That's definitely a really good way to do it. We'll add the same sentiment. I think you can get away with holiday season in this as opposed to happy holidays, because it is a holiday season. There we go. So you could add some bling to finish that off if you wanted to. I don't think either of these need it because there's enough going on with the papers and the ribbon, but if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of bling to finish it off. What I do have is an offcut of that I can put on the bottom, and I probably have the same offcut of the red. So let's do that. Waste not, want not. I might just use a little line of glue. That's a daisy. Like so. Make sure I've got the right one, which I have. You can have this right across the bottom, or you can have it a little way up. There we go, there's that one. And then the same here, and our polar bear has got our Wink of Stella glitter pen on top, just to make him shimmer, or her shimmer a little. And we're done. You could stamp the character on the envelope, of course, or something to suit, so trees or snowflakes or a Christmas sentiment. And there we are. There's our 2 cards, 2 of the 4 for copy and card, starting tomorrow and then running on Monday and Tuesday. They're cute, aren't they, Caroline? So here's the moose with the ice skates. But your girls would have loved this. Should have thought of that last week, shouldn't I? And there's the polar bear. So thank you so much. The stamp set that we're using is called Christmas Friends. Let me just show you that for anybody who missed that right at the beginning. So 3 sentiments, 4 main character images, and a little tree there. And we'll be using all of those on at Coffee and Card. And you'll see a stepped up version of these on Monday. So thank you so much. My voice lasted this time round, I'm glad to say. Thank you very much for joining me, and I look forward to catching up with you all really soon. I released details of our paper share, so just to show you, the paper share when it comes out is more than 1/2 kilogram of papers and card. So it's all of that. It's over 500 grams, so if you're interested in that, that's basically a 1/4 pack of all the papers in the new Christmas catalogue, and that's £36 plus postage if you need it. If you can collect it from me, then it's just £36, and you can order those as from yesterday. Thank you so much. Do take care. Oh, bless you, Fran. I wonder why you didn't respond. So that is okay. Do catch the replay. Thank you so much, everyone. Do take care. Have a great morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are and where you're watching from. And thank you so much for joining me. Bye for now.